Okay, hey y'all. I know this is kind of a weird angle, but so for my summary, the first part of the book. So Abraham Lincoln is now the president, and there's still a split between the North and the South. Over 500 slaves, I think they said. I'm just gonna hold this. Over 500 slaves have escaped from the, well, not escaped, but fled from the South, and they're coming towards the North. And Wiki, she states how she's so afraid. And let's see, her good friend Daniel, they're good friends. He has decided that he's going to go to war as soon as Abraham Lincoln declares it. And Wiki, she kind of like, she doesn't think they'll go to war, but they eventually does. And he writes her letters, telling him how everything is going. A lot of the story is just, Wiki, she keeps up with the weather, so she documents that in her diary as well, with like the snow and the ice that builds up on the lighthouse. They also have a new keeper, and she plays with his 5 children. Her grandmother don't really like him, but she said that she's so fond of them. Her mother has gotten worse. Her illness has gotten worse, and she now sees a doctor. And so in order to pay for her medicine, Wiki sells fish. So she sells fish, and she also pays for refreshments. So, throughout the story, we see that is something that, that she's a hard worker. She really cares for her mother. And she also states many times that her father and her mother, they're still, going through issues in their marriage. And she's just trying to hold them together. Also, Keeper Hale, he writes the Lighthouse Board and lets them know that Wiki is a good watcher, or she does a good job. She's good at her job, so they begin to compensate her for that. And towards the end, where I stopped reading, they have decided that Wiki's mother is going to go live with her grandmother on the mainland. So that's why I stopped. I think that was a good place for me to stop. It was kind of interesting. So Wiki said that it's been a long time. Wiki says that it's been a long time coming, but her parents, they do it for they've been holding off for her. So yeah, her mother, she goes to the mainland, and I think that this leads to, I'm gonna jump down to my prediction. At least this, I'm sorry, I am jumbling, y'all. I'm so sleepy, but for my prediction, I believe that they are gonna get a divorce. They're kind of separated right now, and I think this is just preparing Wiki for the fact that her parents are gonna eventually separate. I also think that Daniel is gonna die in the war. I don't know. That's just something that, I thought. For clarification, my vocabulary words are on page 80, and these are words that I think the children might want to know the meaning to. So on page 80, the weather continues exceedingly cold for the season. I think that they would use the word exceedingly, and I would just tell them exceedingly means kind of like more than normal, or above normal. So, exceedingly means more, basically. And page 86, the word that I chose was, 84. It says, have you ever been in the penitentiary? And I want to tell the kids that penitentiary is jail, basically. On 87, the last word I chose was jubilant. And the sentence is, we should not be jubilant, I hope I'm saying that right, over the suffering of our southern neighbors. And I would explain to the children that word means happy, or excited over the suffering of their southern neighbors. Questions. My 2 questions would be, why do you think Wiki thinks it would be easier to see the world the way her mom and grandmother sees the world? And is Daniel for or against slavery? So those would be my 2 questions. My personal response towards the book is definitely more interesting than the first part, but it's still not enough to make me be like, I like this book. I would recommend, you know, someone to read it in their spare time. I just, it's not a book that I would read or recommend reading. And I think that's about it. Yeah, so thank y'all for watching.